Okay, so let's trace the cable. One small here. I'm gonna have to pop open to the top like this, and then you can pull it out. Power cable here. Screw here, screw here. 1, 2. This should all come out. And I don't see one screw here. Cable connector. Probably just push this open. Yep. Just push this open towards yourself. Just like that, and that should slide out. One here, you pop up. There's some cable coming on the back, so we'll check on that. This is for USB here. Now, this is a new motherboard. You can check on the connectors there. Let's see if it's, before we start, let's see if it matches our old one. It should. And I have to just pause here. Alright, so here's our new one. It looks fairly similar, if not the same, different color for memory slots. That shouldn't matter. This is our Wi-Fi. It's gonna plug in here. Processors, there's protective tape. That's good. Connector for the battery. Everything looks the same. I wonder where the serial number is. There's some number J4201, J4201. And I can't find the... I cannot find any serial number, so... all the connectors look the same. Okay. Pause here. Alright, so on the back there's a cable you have to lift up. This one, wide. And there's one that it's taped here that needs to be taken out before the motherboard can come out. Okay, so this cable came out. I cannot focus at all. The different components. This is the back. So if we flip, I'm gonna have to transfer this USB ports here. Take out the tape and the battery. Transfer the battery. Let's do that next. Alright, so this, here's the number, and this looks like where the issue is. It's molded from the water damage, maybe, I don't know. But this one says N56JK upside down. Main board, made in China, revision 2. And this one also says N56NJ main board, made in China, revision 2. So that's a good sign. So we got the same thing. Alright, we'll transfer the other components now. Okay, so this is old board. Pick out the battery and the USB connectors. Transfer them to the new board. 2 screws, 1, 2 on the battery. Remove the tape. Now we're gonna try to move this aside and see what it says there under the sticker. And this one says Asus. And here, Chinese sticker, covers. It's blacked out with a mark. So there's no brand on it, I guess. Maybe there's Asus, but it's blacked out with a mark. Alright, this goes up. Let's try to connect the board now to the case here. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. There should be an arrow next to each where the screws are to connect the motherboard. One should be behind. Now we're gonna go connect 1, 2. There's one on the back, just plugs in and taped. There's one here on the back, slides in, and there's a clip. One here, here, and here. I'm gonna do that next. Okay, so cables in. 1, 2, power, screw one here, one here, one screw here, cable here, one here, clips in. Again, one on the back, slides in. And then there's one here that it's taped, goes under, also plugs in. And remove the tape here and here and spread the thermal paste. Alright, so next thing, remove protective tape and wipe the CPU and the graphic card with rubbing alcohol. I already popped the memory card. So next we'll be using thermal compound paste, Arctic Silver or MX4, to spread here and here. Okay, all we need is a thin layer evenly spread. It's gonna press here and here. Okay, now the heat sink assembly. Okay, so 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. For the graphic card, go in the crisscross matter tightening. 4 screws for CPU. Again, crisscross, 1 silver here and 1 black here. Here's the connector for the heatsink fan. Okay, now press in for the cable to stick. Now let's move on to the next step. Assemble the cover. And here start with the small white and black connector, and then move to LCD on the back. That's gonna be a real pain. You use like a long nozzle needle pliers, something similar. So you have to move it closely and then somehow stick that cable in on the very back there. That's the biggest pain of it all. Okay, first things first, black on the main, white alternative. I'm gonna plug it in. I'm gonna do hard drive and the DVD drive, and then screw everything back together. Okay, so Wi-Fi cable is connected, black on the left, white on the right. 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4 for hard drive. This one is shorter, the rest of the 3 are longer. 1 screw here for the DVD drive, Blu-ray, whatever. Now 1, 2, 3 shorter screws, and then long. Okay, that's next. And of course we forgot 2 tiny screws, silver screws here behind the DVD. So that's what I'm gonna do. Have to redo it quickly before you screw this one. Now for this cover on the back, this slides in like this. And there's 1 screw here, last screw. Then the rubber covers here. That's it, 4 rubber covers, 2 short, 1 and 1 long. And then the battery. And then we should be done. We'll be testing. Alright, we are done. So again, so 1 screw here, 1 here, 2 behind battery, 1 here, 1 here. There's the battery. 1 for DVD drive. There's cover here, 1 here, 1, 2, 3 under. There's 1 here, 2 silver, and we should be good. Now let's test. Alright, I'm not gonna plug it in. Just gonna use the battery power. Let's see what happens. The moment of truth. And power's on. I boot up. I do not hear the fan running. Maybe because it's cold. That's a good sign. And everything lights up. Let's see if I plug in the cable. The battery charges. And looks like it's full. It's green. Not sure about the heat sink. I do not hear it running. So I don't know if it's just cold or it doesn't spin at all. We'll see in just a second. Well, I think it works. Maybe, except for a heatsink. I have to test that real quick. Alright, good thing BIOS i7 2.4. Memory's okay. Not sure about the heatsink. It doesn't turn on. I want to check the CPU temp to see. I need to check where the option is. Okay. All right. The good news is I can feel the fan blowing. The air is just so quiet now. I could not hear it before, so I'm good. Started finally blowing the air. I cannot hear it at all. So. All right. So the good news is everything seems to be working fine. Battery charges. Fan is working. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It boots up. All good. And here's the old board. Fixed. Thanks for watching.